I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. And we have with us Anjellica Meduzoa. Hi.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you for coming on. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hello. I'm Anjellica Meduzoa, Irium's Galaxy Gal, the jellyfish alien from space.
Yes, and you crash landed here, am I correct?
I did. I crash landed to Earth. I still do not have a spaceship license. I was not supposed to be driving that thing.
I thought everybody knew Area 51 is the place to go. Just, they have a landing strip and everything. You just kind of guide you in.
Even knowing where it is, you get a little lost. I'm just a simple jellyfish. I got caught up with all those space currents and I just sort of crash landed.
Yeah, that's true. Joyriding is not good, even for a jellyfish.
No, yeah, do not recommend, especially a jellyfish that doesn't know how to drive.
That's right. Well, I appreciate.
I was just hitting buttons and praying.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it sounds like me just a little while ago on the road. I appreciate you coming on. You doing the Irium thing. Have you?
Yeah.
Is that how you got started streaming?
Absolutely. That was my first step into streaming at all.
Wow. So you jumped right into the new thing in the United States anyway.
Yeah. For a long time, I had considered being super indie, making my own PNG. But I sort of intimidated myself, being like, oh no, I have to have XYZ set up. I have to have this, and that. And that sort of time. And then a fellow VTuber just introduced us hey, I'm going to be on this app if you want to come check me out. And I was a watcher for the longest time.
Yeah.
But
and that really piqued your interest, how it was set up?
Yeah, I found the near zero latency. It's very much a chatting app, and the fact that you can just do it from your smartphone.
Oh yeah.
You don't need that. The fact that they made it very simple, being hey, you just need to have even just a PNG and your smartphone, and it's easy. And I actually still didn't consider VTubing for a while because I was I'm not in a right place in my life. Or I was a little bit low confidence. But that friend who invited me at Marzipan, she just suddenly was hey, I think you'd actually be really good to this. Did you know they have applications open? And I was like, what? And she was like, no, I for real think you'd be really good. And I just took a shot over the holidays to send in an application, and here I am.
Yeah, did you get, how did you, I don't want to give too much inside baseball here from Irium, because Irium has been very, very good to this particular show. But how quick did you get the turnaround?
So it was a little slow on my end because I sent in my application on Thanksgiving weekend.
Oh.
So yeah, it was Thanksgiving and then Christmas, and then I think the head of the Irium US team, Sohei, got really sick around the end of the year.
Oh no.
So yeah, it was a while for me, but the second they were back into it, it was very quick. They were very communicative, answering any questions and getting back to me very quickly.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, it's such a different format than I'm used to, and while I did radio for many, many years, and I did a lot of talking for a long period of time, sometimes by myself with nobody calling in on talk shows. That was not fun all the time, but here you get the response so quickly. And you mentioned the almost zero latency. That's
one of their big features of the app. Is they're it's near zero latency opposed to Twitch or YouTube.
It's scary fast. It really is. You can't get away with anything.
Oh no! If chat moves fast, you're gonna miss it if you're not paying attention. But for an app that's supposed to be very a little more let's say we call it cozier vibes. Where you're supposed to be, feels a little more personal, a lot more connection with chat. You don't have the benefit with Twitch or YouTube of having a game screen on, so everyone has that sort of extra focus.
Yeah,
and you can look back and forth between chat.
Yeah. It's folks are are going to take something, no matter what, when it's new, and kind of mold it in their own image as much as possible.
Mhm.
But it is so fast.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you have to be. I would imagine you have to be like a tennis player waiting to serve back and forth on the balls of your feet, waiting for the next thing to come across.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Especially if you like just have a really good chat that day and people are really active.
yeah.
You just glance away or you take a break to go get a water for a little bit and you have so much to catch up on.
It
You
really.
got hope chat's not still going while you're reading.
Oh, it is. It's really tough. So you jumped right into it. I mean, you didn't have a sitting around and waiting type of chat to do it. You this is it. You did not even start in the minor
Yeah.
leagues. You started in the majors.
I just took a chance where I saw it and I it was a point where I was like, you know what? What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a great way to look at it, and sounds like you're doing pretty good. How long did it take for you to get used to it?
I really do enjoy Irium. Oh gosh, like because it wasn't just getting used to Irium's chat response time; it was getting used to being a streamer, a
Right.
content creator
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
Um, so I was giving myself a lot of leeway initially. I'm like, let's not push for super long streams. If I mess up, that's fine. I didn't even have like a mic when I started out.
Oh,
It was just all off of my iPhone.
those actually to be fair, iPhone mics have pretty decent mics. I mean,
Okay, but I have an old iPhone. Well,
oh,
it's what I upgraded recently,
yeah.
but it was like an iPhone 6S that I was using.
Well, I mean, it was still pretty good back in the
It wasn't bad.
1980s.
It worked, and like even sometimes it was like, oh, my mic's not working, or oh, the adapter broke, and I have to switch to just off the phone. People
Yeah.
are still like, it doesn't sound too bad.
No, I mean, a lot of people just use that for things, and you hear people using it for all sorts of stuff. It's
Yeah.
it's a very, for what it is, it's very good.
hmm
Yes, it is. But that you gave yourself. I mean, you put myself behind the 8 ball and then put an 8 ball in front of that. That was you got the the double stuff here. Not only are you debuting as a content creator, but with a format that has no safety net, and is very new yet, and you're not going to be able to take a breath.
It
You
was
are.
a lot of learning to set my own limits too,
Yeah.
and it really helped that I had friends who were like joining the app specifically to help support me.
Uh-huh.
They were like, they kind of followed VTubers on YouTube or Twitch, but didn't know about the whole Irium thing as well.
Yeah.
But when I was like, hey guys, I'm applying to this thing, we'll see how it works. And they were like, I'm going to support you so hard. So it helped to have like that kind of fallback and being like, end streaming, guys, did I do good? Did I do good?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
So quickly you have to reply, and does it get too fast for you at times?
For me and for where I am with my community, honestly, no.
Okay.
But I also, this is something I had to teach myself when I was first starting out. I had to sometimes consciously slow down my speech because I talk very fast normally.
Mm-hmm.
Either an anxiety thing or because I grew up watching Gilmore Girls. Like, it's hard to say.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I'm very used to the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
My roommate, we both talk really fast. So sometimes when we're out with friends and one of us is just really feeling the excitement and talks really fast, everyone else goes, what? And the other of our pair just goes, she said.
You have your own language that you speak in.
A little bit. And it's just like 2 times speed all the time.
So how are you feeling today? Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
They said they're doing great. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But without that safety net, and I'm really amazed by this, because that you showed a lot of courage by doing this.
Oh, thank you.
Really, a lot of people would want to take a little bit safer approach to the pool. You dove off the cliff and into the rocks. But obviously it fits you. Do you look back now on that? Like, what did I do? I mean,
Sometimes I do look back on, like, not in the sense of like, what am I doing, but like, I really did just kind of jump into that. I completely like took a chance on applying to this thing. I took a chance on, I didn't even know if I would have like a regular schedule of being able to like stream every day,
yeah.
because my living situation at the time, I had roommates, we have dogs,
Mm.
and I was like, it can get kind of hectic sometimes,
Oh yeah.
but
Yeah. It.
like being able to carve out that bit of time in the day for myself has actually helped me a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that I had like no time, but any time that I had to myself, I was just kind of like lazing around, watching TV,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Yeah. When you're older, you'll appreciate that more. The naps.
Yeah.
Naps are good too.
The naps. I still take plenty of naps. I am a very sleepy person.
Yeah, naps are wonderful, and I am a member of the American Nap Association. Just you don't really have to
Hell
apply;
yeah.
you just nap. Um,
Nah, it's like, are you sleeping? You're in.
yes, that's right. Are you asleep? You're in. We'll take the money out of your account. Um, with the feedback that you've gotten now, um, with people now coming back that you recognize that weren't, in there to support you at the beginning, have you been able to take the time to appreciate that they're coming back for you? And this is directly a personality thing too. It's not they're coming for a game or anything. They're coming for you.
Oh yeah, I sometimes for the first month or so, it was very surreal for me of being like, it's not just my friends showing up; it's people that are popping in and being like, "Oh my gosh, you're so funny! I'm going to follow." Or
Mm-hmm.
someone, I've actually had a viewer that's been a regular since I debuted, and I kind of look at her and I'm just like, you've really been here from the beginning. I got very weepy
Mm.
about last week, 2 weeks ago, because I just celebrated my 6 months of streaming on Irium.
Wow.
And there were so many regulars, so many people just popping in to say hi. And I was like, I can't cry on stream. This is going to be ugly crying.
No, 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 no. You say that, and everybody's going to keep wanting to prod you into crying.
Yeah, they're like, no, do it, cry. I've
Do
got
it.
the clip ready. And I'm like, stop.
Do it, do it, do it.
Yeah, do it. Cry, streamer, cry.
Chug it, chug it.
But I do have those times where I'm like, these are genuinely supportive people. Not to say like there aren't genuinely supportive people,
Right.
but for me who jumped headfirst into content creation, it's kind of a moment of like, whoa, where am I?
Yeah, I mean, I would have gotten lost in a hurry and in going into a format that I didn't know all that much about. But you did scout it out, to be fair, a little bit before you started, so you had an idea.
Yeah.
Now, since you've been in Irium, what is the experience like being an Irium streamer as a whole?
For me, it's really wonderful, and again, I've never like ventured out to Twitch or YouTube yet, I will say. But I've watched streamers on VTubers and regular tubers alike. And the difference in watching Irium and like being on Irium is it does feel a little more relaxed in my personal experience. Like even when a streamer or I have like a plan in place, it doesn't feel so tense, or at least mentally for me. Like I'm like, I have to make sure the game is running. I have to make sure this. I have to make sure a pop-up doesn't come up and dox me. I have to make sure my full little tax forms aren't showing up on screen.
If that happened to me, they just pity me.
Oh, they'd be like, oh no.
Here, have some money.
They're like, oh, here you go. Quick, get the hype train going.
Hey, somebody actually got a hold of my my banking information the other day, and their credit score went down. Mine is now up to 7.
I understand that. Anytime I get like one of those fake like you're being hacked warnings, I'm like, go ahead. I have the credit score of a homeless ghost.
See, ours is up to 7 now. I mean, it was like 4. But if we get up to 10, we might be able to use one of those gumball machines again.
Heck yeah.
we're on the high road, honey. I asked my wife, just load up the cats. We're heading out.
We're
Uh,
getting
that's
gumballs.
right. Gumballs for everybody, except for you,
Yeah, but
Cat. You can't have one. Um,
yeah, you can't have. You scratched me.
that's right. The so your personality's fitted obviously very well. How has this affected you outside being in front of people on the stream? Has it changed anything else about how you deal with people?
A little bit. I notice I'm a little more confident in myself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm this surprises people when I tell them I'm actually very quiet off stream. I don't really talk a lot. Like I have roommates and we chat regularly, but there are times when we're all hanging out and sometimes I'm like, I'm done talking for the day. I'm just gonna text you guys everything I'm thinking. Um
Welcome to
but I have noticed I
2025.
am yeah. Since streaming, I'm a little more vocal, a little more comfortable, like because I've had anxiety my whole life.
Hmm.
And the whole sometimes being out and about, it's like, what if I do the one thing that's gonna piss someone off?
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of anxiety, but
Mm.
I feel very like relaxed going out, and I do think it's like just a confidence and be more comfortable with myself sort of thing
Mhm.
that streaming has helped me learn.
Well, your voice is very good for it. It has a very
Oh, thank you.
the timbre is great. The projection is very good. Um,
Thank you. That's another thing I had to teach myself.
really, that just it wasn't natural for you to be able to be heard across the room.
No, no, no. I usually had to like go to someone and be like tug on their sleeve and like tell them something and then they tell people.
Ah.
Yeah, when I say I was a notoriously quiet person, I mean like sometimes I'd walk up and I'd accidentally scare someone because they didn't know I was in the room when they turned around.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, hi, I'm right here. Do you
Yeah,
want tea?"
yeah. You want some tea? Can I get some tea for you? No, I never had that problem. No, no, no. They always tell me to be quiet. Um,
Oh.
and they still are mostly. But the so that has changed. Obviously, I mean, you're
Mhm.
you're talking with me, and I'm hearing you perfectly fine. Has that changed in how you speak in public with people? I mean, going to the store, that type of stuff.
Yeah, a lot. Like, obviously everyone's not everyone. No one's like unfamiliar with like door to door solicitors or someone being like,
Right.
"Hey, I'm doing this, da da da, we're looking for signups." I used to be so incredibly anxious of answering the door
Mm-hmm.
without like someone with me. Like
Yeah.
I'd be like, someone's at the door, go grab one of my roommates. I'd be like, "Can you just stand in the same room while I answer or something?"
Wow.
Um, but like I have been able to just be like, open the door. Hi, who are you? Yeah, no, we don't want any. Oh, sure, we'll give you a call. Close the door. And it feels just so much more natural. And I close the door. I kick off my slippers. I go back to do whatever I was doing.
You don't hit them with water balloons?
No,
That's next.
no.
That's next on the list. We'll see if we can get
That's
you
next on the
to
list.
pelt them with water
I just
balloons.
open the door, have a launcher ready.
Yes, just straight from the hip. That'd be
Yep.
great. Uh, the the experience obviously is a good one for you. I mean, it's allowed, and it's another great thing about VTubing is that we get to experience occasionally blossoming of people's personalities. Um,
Yeah.
would you say that this has kind of happened to you because of this?
I think so, yeah. I think having a place to really just express myself, even like because there are some VTubers that lean hard into the Kifov, the character of it all,
Hmm.
and sometimes I kind of wish wash depending. But like having that outlet has really helped me and being like, oh wait, I can say what's on my mind.
Yeah,
I can say things. It's okay.
yeah.
No one's gonna old yeller me for just being like, I don't feel like pizza tonight.
And I've never said that in my life. Nope, I can't imagine anybody saying that and meaning it.
I know. Listen, some good pizza, the Little Caesars pretzel crust.
Oh yeah, yeah. We've got a drive-through Little Caesars over here.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, hot and ready, and now it's the cheapo's best friend is go grab one of them suckers. Uh, so you've got no net when you're doing these streams. Do you ever, now that you're relaxed and into it, had you ever go back and think, what did I just say? Did I mess myself up? Or is it all just focus forward?
I will say I am incredibly conscious of not accidentally like doxing myself or like doxing any other streamers that maybe have shared their names with me. That's always at the forefront of my mind the second I hit stream.
Yeah.
There have been times where I just have a very human moment or alien moment in my case
Yes.
where I say something very, very dumb and I have to pause and be like, people just heard me say that. People just heard me refer to a Nirvana song as that one Guitar Hero song.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
You were born in like 2009, huh?
I'm bad. I'm just bad with remembering songs. I'm bad with remembering names. There's so many times, especially if I get really excited, I talk a little too fast. I fumble over my words. I wind up switching letters around, and I'm like, I did not mean to say that.
Oh yeah, that happens all the time. That's just human there. I mean
Oh yeah.
that'll happen. And without having the net, it is a very human experience. And
Mm-hmm.
hopefully you've got a good enough community where they'll just laugh along with you. Um,
Oh yeah, a
and
lot of them do like to like it's fun little jokey to poke fun at streamers' mistake and watch streamer go no.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's always good to have at least one clip of yourself saying something horribly embarrassing. That's
Yeah,
free
there's a
advertising
clip of
there.
me saying how much I hate milk.
Yes. Oh, oh no. Are you a milk hater?
I don't like drinking milk plain. I
Wow.
was doing a challenge where I was taking like little shots of hot sauce
Oh.
and I had the opportunity to take a break and like eat like a little bit of cheese or drink some milk and there was this one moment I had a milk break and I was like, yeah, and I took a sip and I just started gagging. I was
Oh.
like, why do people do that? How do people drink it straight?
Yeah. Yeah, it can be pretty hard sometimes, especially if it's old.
Mm-hmm.
If it's crunchy, you'd really probably don't want to have that out of your fridge. The that even like skim milk, which isn't even really milk.
I don't really eat drink skim milk. I pretty much just I stick to like one type of milk and I
Yeah.
don't really change it up.
Ah, okay. Well, I guess see that you're not like intolerant of it or something.
No, I'm not intolerant. It's just for some reason the flavor. I'm like, no. I'm like, this has to be served up with some crunch berries. I can't be doing
Well,
this.
that's true. That's one thing I miss. 'Cause it's been a long time since I've eaten a lot of sugar stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
my go-to cereal was Captain Crunch.
Good
I
old Captain Crunch at midnight. That's
oh
when cereal's the best.
That's when I was a bachelor for 43 years, and I would go to the store every once in a while at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I would just buy a box and a jug of milk and eat it. The box, everything, and even the cardboard. At that point, my dad's like, yeah, "Okay, we're just having this for the day. It's
Just
Captain
crunch it
Crunch."
up, get your fiber in there.
That's right. Let's have the whole thing because it was going to be even the milk tastes like Captain Crunch when you're done. So yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So, but it's saying anything that's too controversial might get you in Dutch a little bit. Do you kind of stay away from some topics?
I try to stay away from some topics, yes,
Yeah.
because I'm also conscious of like, I might feel very strongly about this, but is stream the place to bring that? Is
Mm,
my platform right now the place to bring that?
yeah. 'Cause-
I've touched on some things because, you get the occasional viewer that just wants attention and starts saying some really back and forth things.
yeah. Yeah.
So the times I have touched on that is just to be like, hey guys, this is my view. That's not cool. We don't bring that in here. A lot of people use these streams as escapism, including myself sometimes.
Yes. Yes. In other words, shut up.
Yeah. In other words, shut up,
Yeah.
be chill.
Yeah. Well, you're with this. You're not just representing yourself too. I mean, you're representing the company, and
Mm-hmm.
that does make a difference. And really, you're kind of standing up for the rest of the folks in your chat.
Yeah, that's always my view. If like someone wants to come in and be a problem, I can't just ignore it because even if I'm like, well, I can just not look at you, my chat has to deal with that. The people in my community might have to deal with this like one loudmouth who thinks they're the specialist little guy in the world.
Mm-hmm. Or girl,
So
or in
yeah, or
between.
girl, or
Yeah,
or non-binary person,
yeah,
specialist little thing in
yeah.
the world.
Whatever they
Like
want to do. Yes, we're not going to be
yes.
we're not going to be ist here.
So yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So if I'm gonna take the chance on like having a community, then I also have to be responsible for making that community like safe and as comfortable as I want it to be.
and this is coming from somebody who wasn't even doing this 6 months ago.
No, I did like moderate for couple indie VTubers on the
Ah,
side, but
ah,
like I was like a mini mod, just like helping make sure no one said something egregious in chats.
yeah.
But having friends who have been content creators for longer and like hearing their concerns, like then not to be like I knew before I did it, but it's like you see that side of things and being like,
Yeah.
hey, wait, actually, I can just tell them to shut up. I can hit block and they won't bother me anymore.
That's right. That's right. Well, you are your own moderator now, and you.
Yeah, I
That's another
am.
thing you got to stay on top of. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of swords up in the air
Oh
that you
yeah.
have to keep juggling. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I imagine it goes by pretty quick though. The time wise, does it?
Sorry, I was sipping water. I was sipping water.
Hydrate.
Yeah, yeah.
It does.
Staying hydrated.
Does the time go by fairly quickly while you're doing it?
Oh yeah, it just seems to zoom by real fast. Even days where I'm like, I'm a little tired. I don't know if I'll be able to do a full stream. What do you mean a whole hour has happened?
Oh my, that's longer than I wanted to go.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was
well,
like, oh, that's twice as long, and I'm like still feeling it. Let's just keep going.
yeah, yeah. And that alone means to me that you're enjoying yourself. Um,
I am. I'm having a wonderful time on Irium as a VTuber. Like I touched on this like when I was celebrating my 6 months. I think I am at like my happiest right now
hmm
and like most comfortable with myself.
hmm
And so
How
I
about
think that so I'm so glad that Irium gave me this opportunity, took a chance. They were like, "You don't have any experience streaming?" I was like, "No." And they're like, "Okay.
yeah, yeah? Here you go. Here's a microphone. Go.
Here you go. Yeah, here you go. Here, go try it out."
Yeah,
And I'm just like toddling out. I'm like, "Let's see what
yeah.
happens."
But I imagine it's been a big uplift to your confidence.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that's a lot to. It's still a lot to get out on stage and or in front of people, whether you're seeing them or not. Especially when you haven't done it before on something that's moving that fast. Um,
I used to have like a really bad public speaking phobia.
yeah, and me too.
But
No, seriously,
like, it comes to practice that no, I totally believe that. I think some of the people who are really good at public speaking, really good at conversing, they're like, I used to not be able to do this at all.
yeah, yeah. I could be on the radio and excuse me, I could be on the radio on a college football broadcast, pre and post game, and I know there's a couple thousand people on there, and I'm fine with that. But you
Wow.
got me in a room of 10 people. No,
Yeah.
no.
It's like, nope, they're all looking at me. Can everyone turn around while I talk?
Yeah, I mean, my legs would freeze. It was really bad. I've gotten over
Mm-hmm.
that some now because I'm not in radio anymore and I don't get in front of people. Um, but the confidence that you have going into it makes a huge difference. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and to hear you talk about it, I can hear you smiling about it. Um, and that's another thing that I imagine that people pick up on very quickly when they're listening to you.
I haven't had anyone tell me that like specifically, but I have had people say they love my energy. I've had a lot of people tell me they like my voice, which was a change for me because I was very self conscious of my voice for a long time.
Yeah, yeah, and that
Yeah, so hearing like, oh my gosh, your voice is so nice to listen to. I love having your voice on while I'm like doing my work or something. And I'm
yeah.
like, oh. Okay. I'm kind of awesome, actually.
That's a the old some of the old teenage fears getting balloons getting popped as you continue on with this. At
Mm-hmm.
you know the, so I got to ask this, and just do like my wife says and say, "Shut up, old man," if it gets to. But now that you're much more comfortable talking with folks that you don't know, and you have confidence in yourself, and you've got the projection in your voice. Do you look back on, um, you know, the dormouse you and say, "What were you doing?"
Not exactly, because I know for a long time I had social anxiety, but I was undiagnosed and medicated. So I was like, well,
Right.
that's what you were doing. You didn't know your brain was tilted.
Yeah.
Um, but I think sometimes I look back at it and I don't think what were you doing? I think more like I have changed so much in a
Mm.
positive way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I think like, it's one of those things like, what would you say to your younger self? I think my younger self would look at me and what? How?
Who are you?
They're like, what was the magic spell you did to do this? And I'm like, listen, you're gonna get into retail.
That's right. You're gonna be getting retail. You're gonna get into fights with people who try to
Yeah,
return
you're gonna
stuff.
be 5'2", working in a hardware store. You learn to put up with some stuff.
That is very true. That in alone is enough to harden even the bambiest person.
So work retail for a couple of years, and you're like, you know what? I think I'm not the worst person around. I think I'm not the worst person, actually.
Yeah, and then the next person shows up. Oh no, they're the worst person.
It's like, there's the worst person. I'm actually doing great.
I feel so much better about myself.
Yeah.
That's why
But yeah,
people.
looking back, I never feel like, why didn't you do this or that? I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm too empathetic with myself where I'm just like, you were like that just because of this situation, this mindset, this was happening out of your control.
That's. I don't think that's a bad
And,
thing.
it took a while to get there.
Yeah, I mean that just means you're not going to beat yourself up, which is so easy to do. There's nobody that beats me
Mm-hmm.
up better than me, and I can I can I can think myself right into a hole so quick.
Oh yeah, we're our own worst critics. We all have those moments of like, remember that weird thing you said 6 years ago, and it's like, oh no, that person totally hates me now, and it thinks about this just as much.
That thing you did in second grade when you
I think remember in second grade,
yeah
all those people who you don't talk to anymore.
yeah yeah says no one else remembers what you did in that, but you do clearly in living color. You remember everything,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't seem to have that. Am I reading it wrong?
That like,
That you're not going to beat yourself up over this.
oh,
You just
not really. I've had like some bumps in the road in the
yeah.
past, and I'm with finding more confidence in myself with VTubing. I'm kind of at a point where I'm like, I can just kind of ride this out,
Mm,
even if something bad happens. I don't always think about like a couple months back, me and my roommate had to suddenly move houses because
mm,
there was a issue with our landlord, just
right.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it was a really sudden move, and I was like, am I going to be able to continue streaming? Am I going to be able to continue this? And I had to pause and just be like, let's just see this out one step at a time and just get through this right now and take it from there.
And that would the old you have done that?
No, the old me would have been panicking and been like, oh, the world is ending. The world is, I need someone to hold my hand right now. Oh my gosh, we're gonna fall apart. Oh,
Duct tape yourself to the ceiling. I'm not gonna go.
duct tape yourself. They're not taking me out of here. Squatters' rights.
That's right. Oh, that's brilliant. I mean,
No.
that again, that just shows to me how we see people finding themselves through this medium, one way or another. Um, and you found something awful good. And
Yes, I found something amazing. It feels like hyperbole to say life changing, but it really was.
yeah, yeah, it sounds like it, but it is. It's the truth.
Yeah.
You've gone from wallflower to in the middle of the ballroom here, and in front of people that are around the world. Everybody who has a mobile device can tune in. And by the way, folks, we are going to have the link to get to your Irium setup in the description for this video. Right
Oh yeah,
now,
I could totally get that to you.
yeah, I've got it. I've
Oh, okay.
yeah, I've got it on my phone. Remember I was on your stream a little while ago.
Oh, that's right. I'm so bad with remembering names. There's so many people who I'm like, oh my gosh, hi, welcome in, and they're like, we've met, and I'm like, have we?
They get to be stars, and they just forget everything.
No, I'm just bad with remembering names in general. I confused Eugene Levy and Zachary Levi for like a solid 10 minutes. And my roommates were staring at me aghast, and I'm like, is this not the person I'm talking about?
Yeah, those are very, very different people.
They're very different people. There was like a guy on TV that had really thick eyebrows, and I was like, that's like Zachary Levi. And they were like, what? I was like, and I didn't know how to explain myself other than keep saying Zachary Levi and looking desperate.
Well, I mean, you got 3/4 of the last name right anyway.
Yeah.
And by the way, Eugene Levy is a genius. I I have that same problem, and that's not good for an interviewer. It's really bad. In radio, one time we had a fellow who a new guy, and I'd been there like 15 years at this point. New fella comes in, nice kid. I'm calling him Chad, and I called him Chad for 3 months. And finally, somebody says, "Why are you calling him Chad? His name is Sean."
Oh no!
And this kid, he's much younger than me. I call everybody younger than me kid. He comes up, and I said, "Why in the world did you allow me to call you Chad for 3 months?" He said, "Well, you've been here longer than me." He said, "It doesn't give me the right to change your name."
Oh no, it's a completely different name too.
Yes, it is. I mean, and so
leading up, I thought you were gonna be like his name is Chaz or like Chance or something, but no, it's Sean.
Sean, it's complete. He kind of looked like a Chad at the time, and at that time, Chad didn't have the same meaning that it does now. So I mean, it was a long time ago. But for the longest time, and until they got tired of me at the radio station, every new person, male or female or whatever, coming in was Chad.
Honorary Chad.
And you were Chad for at least 2 weeks, and it got me back.
Chad till you get your sea leg.
Yeah, I didn't have to remember the names. I don't write down questions or anything in interviews. I never have, but I will write down names.
Oh wow!
I'll write down because there's no worse thing than looking at somebody. Yes, Mister. We'll be back after this. We've been talking about your company now for a half hour, and I don't know who you are. Yeah, that's a little tough to do.
Everyone give it up for this guy.
That's pretty tough to do in radio. Clap into the microphone. It still is, no matter what you've got going on, no matter what streaming service you're on, it is still very much an audio presentation. Even though you're looking great at it, the model looks great, and everything, it's still very, very much a audio thing. So you think you've gotten to the point now where you can use that newly found voice of yours expressively enough to get across what you want to get across?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And even if I fumble it, I'm like, just keep going, and pick yourself up.
Keep swimming.
Yeah, just keep swimming.
Yeah, it is keep going. Sooner or later, somebody will forget what I just said.
Mm-hmm.
Just
It's like, you know what? Turn it into a personality trait at that point.
yes, it's not a bug; it's a feature.
Exactly.
Yes, yes, that's what I tell my wife. And it's you did something wrong. I said, it's a feature, and she said, I didn't
It's a
marry that
feature. It's a
feature.
specitle feature no one wanted.
She says, I
But
didn't marry
someone
that
out
feature.
there.
I married some other feature. Where are you? Where is that feature at? I got to tell you, it is an absolute pleasure talking with you. And uh, if folks, just what you've heard from her in this interview is just part of it. You've got to check out what's going on Arium with Jelly, and find out
Yeah.
what's happening,
And even,
because it's
and even if I'm not to your specific taste, there's a streamer for everyone on Arium.
yeah, we've managed to get a lot of folks of Arium streamers on. A couple we had on
Mm-hmm.
before they became Arium streamers, which is kind of fun.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so Rico was one. Um,
I love
yeah,
Rico.
yeah, he's a good fella. And folks, if you get a chance, check it out. We're gonna have that link in the description. Right now, you are on that, and uh, which other media as far as socials go?
I'm on Twitter
And Twitter. Yeah, we'll have the,
and
and the mic cuts out, and I'm on Twitter and just
my Twitter is at Anjellica VT.
yeah, we'll have that for you on there as well. And as you kind of hinted at, soon maybe some other services, but we'll keep an eye on it, and just we'll update as it happens. Watch this space, and watch Jelly, please, because you're going to enjoy yourself. Not nearly as much as I've enjoyed myself for this interview,
Aw.
but you'll enjoy yourself. Thank you so much for coming on. It's an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
And
It was amazing.
and please keep shining, because it's helping. You're entertaining a lot of people, and
Aw.
I'm very glad for you that you're able to do this.
Aw, thank you. Don't make me cry at the end.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.